So hello friends, welcome to GS Core. So we will be discussing the questions with related to geography. The geography which are very important for the prelims examination. Now, we have already seen GS Core is conducting All India PT mock test which is OMR based and it is conducted in UPSC simulated environment almost covering 20 plus cities in India. You can scan this QR code to get a better insight about this course. The dates for this test, it will be this 9th April, 30th and 10th May. Kindly visit the website for more information. So first question for today's discussion is with reference to the disk instability hypothesis of planet formation, consider the following statements. Statement 1 is according to this, their matter slowly moves inwards in this disk as dust particles grow to centimeter-sized pebbles which eventually come together to form planets. Statement 2 is it tries to explain how giant planets similar to Jupiter are formed. So this statement we can analyze through this diagram. So in this diagram, we can see the formation of Jovian planets. Jovian planet means which are similar to Jupiter and they have their gaseous as the outermost layer. Okay, I'm talking about the crust. So here we can see this is a kind of a earlier system or the earlier part of the system which is also called as the protoplanet. So here there are various accretion of small dust particles which then forms into a big rocks which is ranging from 1 to 10 centimeter. Then they are accreting into bigger rocks. Then there is more accretion which is resulting into the planets. Okay, for example Jupiter. So this is the process of formation of the planets like Jupiter or Jovian planets. So here these two statements we can see they are the correct statements. Both these statements are correct statements. Now this Jovian planet formation was in news recently as the Hubble telescope. You have heard about the Hubble telescope. It has photographed a Jupiter-like planet. Jupiter-like planet, which is also called as the protoplanet, which have been formed or which was under the process of forming through this process. Okay, through this process, which is called as disk instability. Now, moving forward, next question here we have consider the following statements. Statement 1 is the shield volcanoes are the largest of all the volcanoes on the earth. Basically, shield volcanoes they consist of flow of basalt lava. Basalt lava. This basalt lava it is very fluid. Because of its fluidity, it can go to a far wider reaches. For example, in a volcanic part of United States of America, the shield volcano, it is having almost a region of around 10 kilometers. Okay, it is having a diameter of around 10 kilometers. So making statement 1 as a correct statement. Statement 2, the composite volcanoes are the most explosive of the Earth's volcanoes. Basically, this statement is an incorrect statement because it is not the composite volcanoes, but it is the calderas. It is the calderas which are the most violent volcanoes or the most explosive volcanoes of Earth. Statement 3. The displacement seismic amplitude ratio is a ratio that compares the activity of fluids at the volcano surface to those several hundred meters deep. So here we can see the volcano which is or the lava which is flowing at the surface and the magma which is present hundreds of meters of its depth. So this DSAR or displacement seismic amplitude ratio, it makes or it compares the fluidity at the surface and at the 100 meters of depth. Okay, making this statement as a correct statement. Now, statement 4. If DSAR decreases, the volcano will likely explode. Basically, this statement is an incorrect statement because when DSAR, it will increase. When it will increase, here the volcano will likely explode. What happens here? At the surface, when DSAR increases, it is quite stable. It is quite stable, but the magma which is present at the depth of this region, it is becoming violent. It is becoming violent and it leads to the explosion. So here we can see the statement 1 and 3 are the correct statement, making A as a correct answer. Okay. Now, moving towards next question. Okay, here we can see the various types of volcanoes or volcanic eruptions. First is we have Snyder cone volcano, then we have composite volcano, shield volcano, and lava dome. So these are the different types of volcanoes, and here we can see how the volcanic eruption is taking place. Next question we have about the Honairara, which was seen in the news recently, is located in which country? So Honairara, we can see it is located in the Solomon Islands. Solomon Islands, we can see it in the map. So this is a Solomon Island region. This complete region is a Solomon Island region, and here we have Honaira. Honairara, basically it is the capital and the largest city of the Solomon Island. This region, basically it was in news because there was a framework agreement between China and Solomon Islands, which is basically based on the security cooperation, and these documents related to the security cooperation were leaked, where Solomon Island gave permission to China to bring its forces, police, military, to suppress any kind of revolt or revolution in these island groups. Now, if we will see the location of this Solomon Island, it is located between the Papua New Guinea and we have Vanuatu Islands. Okay, so this is the location of this Solomon Island. Also, it is part of the Malaysian group. It is part of the Malaysian group, which is basically present in the Pacific Ocean. So this is about the Solomon Island, which was in news. Next question we have, which of the following statements regarding Black Sea are correct? Statement 1. The golden horn which connects the Black Sea to the Sea of Marmara. So is this statement correct or incorrect statement? This is an incorrect statement because it is not the golden horn. It is the Bosphorus Strait. It is the Bosphorus Strait. Okay, so this is the Bosphorus Strait. This is Black Sea and this is the Sea of Marmara, and this is being connected by the Bosphorus Strait here, thus making statement 1 as incorrect statement. Statement 2. The Pontic Mountains surround the coast of Black Sea in its south. So here we can say this is a correct statement because the Black Sea, it is surrounded by the Pontic Mountains, which is the part of the Turkey. Thus statement 2 is a correct statement here. Statement 3. The Gulf of Odisha is a part of the Black Sea. Basically, this is a correct statement. In the part of diagram, if we'll see the European part here, so there is a sea which is called as the Gulf of Odisha. Okay, Gulf of Odisha, which is basically a part of the Black Sea. The statement 2 and statement 3 are the correct statement, and we can see the answer is B, 2 and 3 only. This region was basically in news. This region was in news. Why? Because the Ukraine, it has claimed, we are aware about the war between Ukraine and Russia. So Ukraine had claimed that it has damaged Russian Black Sea fleet, which is a flagship ship of that region. It is called as the Moskva. It is called as Moskva, which was present off the coast of the this Odisha. This was present off the coast of Odisha, and Ukraine has damaged this ship. Therefore, this region was in news. Moving towards next question. There is a quite lengthier statement here. I will be reading it and we will be analyzing it simultaneously. It is the only planet in our solar system not visible to the naked eye. This planet's axial tilt is similar to that of the Earth and thus experiences seasons just like we have in on Earth. NASA's Voyager 2 was the only spacecraft that paid a visit to this planet. So we can see which can be this possible planet. Is it Saturn? Is it Uranus? Is it Neptune? Or is it Pluto? Looking at the NASA's Voyager 2, it was one of the farthest mission. It was one of the farthest mission being set up by NASA. Thus, the farthest part we have Uranus and Neptune. Pluto currently is not considered under the part of planet. Therefore, it is automatically getting incorrect. Thus, Saturn is a near planet to Earth. It is also getting incorrect. Among the Uranus and Neptune, we have the axial tilt is similar to that of the Earth and experiences seasons just like we have. Thus, making the correct answer as the Neptune, that is C. Looking at a diagram here, we have the orbit of Earth and the orbit of Neptune, which is also quite similar. We'll be seeing that the axial tilt, it is also quite similar. Here we can see a comparative statement or comparative data between the Neptune and Earth. Neptune is 4 times the size of Earth and it is 17 times the mass of Earth. It is having temperature of around minus 201 degrees Celsius, quite ice giant. Here it is one of the windiest planet of the solar system. Here 16 hours, that is 1 day of the Neptune is kept. Neptune have almost 14 moons, while the Earth have only one moon. Thus we can see it is the most probable planet, that is Neptune, which is the answer of this question. Next question we have. Which of the following statement is incorrect regarding dieback? So what is dieback? We will be analyzing through discussing the course. But here it is asking about the incorrect statement. Statement A is, it is one of the adaptive mechanisms to avoid adverse conditions. Okay. Undecomposed leaf litter on surface can cause dieback. This is also a correct statement. Statement C. In this mechanism, the shoot remains alive for years while the root dies. This is an incorrect statement here. Looking at the dieback phenomena. Basically, dieback phenomena is what we can see. It is an adaptive phenomena also, and sometimes it is occurring because of the part of the tree or part of the some of the organ of the tree, it is getting infected with any kind of virus, fungus or bacteria. So here dieback basically starts from the part of leaves or some other part, for example flowers, roots, and this infected part it then infects the branches, the shoot, then roots. So here we can see the trail from where it is starting and where it is ending. So it is starting from the part of the end part of the tree towards the basic part of the tree, which is roots and present inside the soil region. So this part we can see. This here we can see it is one of the adaptive mechanisms to avoid adverse conditions. This is also a correct statement because during the summer season you might have seen majority of the trees lying in the dry deciduous region, they shed their leaves. Also in the semi-arid region, they shed their leaves. Why? To conserve water. to conserve water, they shed their leaves. So therefore this is also adaptive mechanism, and statement 2 is also correct statement. But statement 3, it is an incorrect statement. Why? Because if any part of the root or any part of the plant or tree it is getting infested, thus it will lead to the infestation of other organs also or other parts also, which will result in the complete dying of the tree very slowly and steadily. Thus the correct answer for this question is C. Moving forward, the question is, with reference to zombie fires, consider the following statements. Statement 1 is zombie fires. Statement 1 is, it is a fire from a previous growing season that can smolder under the ground throughout winter before bursting into flames anew. Statement 2 is, they mostly occur in the tropical and temperate grasslands. So here, analyzing the statement 1, we can see it is a correct statement. Now, about the zombie fires. Zombie fires are nothing but the fires which is occurring in the Arctic, tundra and taiga region, where the upper layer of the earth, it consists of peat and litter deposit. Peat and litter deposits. So what happens here? When the trees or plants, they catch fire, this fire by the root of these trees, they go underground. And this complete region, slowly and steadily it starts to burn. So when the seasonal change occurs, for example, from summer to winter, in the winter season, the fire which was present on the upper part, it gets exhausted. But this same fire, it is present underground. And when the season changes again to summer, these fires which are present underground, they re-emerge in other parts of this region, thus causing the fires again. This phenomena is basically called as the zombie fire. Looking at this zombie fire, the statement 1, it becomes the correct statement. Statement 2, they mostly occur in the tropical and temperate grasslands. Okay, tropical and temperate. So this statement here, it is an incorrect statement, because tropical region, here the presence of peat is quite less. The presence of litter deposit is also quite less in this region, thus making this statement as incorrect statement, because it mostly occurs in Arctic, tundra and taiga region. Specifically to the countries, it is mostly present in part of Canada. It is present in the part of Canada, and then it is also occurring in the part of Alaska and also in the Russia. So the question here is, why this fire happens here? Why this zombie fire or this hidden fire or secret fire is happening here? In this peat region, when it is dry, it consists of methane gas also. This methane gas, it burns quickly. Which helps in the igniting of the fire. Now, this zombie fire was in news because according to a UNEP report, the wildfires across the globe, they have increased. And these wildfires, it is not only increased in the tropical and temperate belts, but it has also increased in the Arctic region. The total wildfires on all this region, we can see, it has almost increased by 31 to 57%. 31 to 57%. And the major regions where the wildfire is occurring, it is Western USA, Northern Siberia, Central India, and Eastern Australia. So here we can see the question answer to our question is A1 only. Moving forward, okay, this is about the wildfire. So here we can see there is peat deposit and this peat deposit, it is slowly burning. Okay, this is slowly burning, and after some time we can see this wildfire, it will be passed from one region to another region. Okay, it will be passed from one region to another region where the deposits are present. So this is basically the phenomena of zombie fire. Moving towards the next question, we have, consider the following statements. Unlike normal matter, dark matter does not interact with the electromagnetic forces. If you have read something about the dark matter, this statement is a correct statement, because dark matter, they generally do not interact with the electromagnetic forces. Statement 2. The effect of dark energy is not diluted even as the universe expands. This is also a correct statement. Statement 3. The dark matter makes up about 27% of the universe, while dark energy makes up approximately 68% of the universe. So here we can see this diagram. Here there is dark energy, which is almost 68 to 69%, and here the dark matter, which is 80% here. But if I will convert it here into this part, so here I can see that it is almost forming the 27%. It is almost forming 27% here. Thus, the dark energy and the dark matter, they are quite different, and their presence is also different. And with this total matter, which is around 30 to 31%, there is 80% of dark matter and 20% of regular matter. Our stars, galaxies, planet, the cosmic bodies, the astronomical bodies, dust, gases, all these things which can be seen by the eyes, all these things which can be assessed, they are consisting as the part of the regular matter or normal matter. While the things which cannot be seen, or the energies which cannot be seen, these energies and this matter, they are called as the dark energy and dark matter. A very low understanding about this dark energy and dark matter is currently we have. The scientists are constantly gaining the knowledge about this dark matter. Recently, it was in news, the dark matter was in news because there was a distinct galaxy, which was kind of a dwarf galaxy. This dwarf galaxy, it was going to, this galaxy, it was forming. Basically, it is quite distant. It is quite distant from the Earth. It is quite at a distance from the our solar system. So what happened when Hubble telescope discovered this formation of the galaxy? They started to take its photographs. They started to understand and study its characteristics. So here they also studied various things about the dark matter and dark energy. And thus they came to the conclusion of these numbers. Okay, they come to the conclusion of these numbers. Thus here we have the answer to this question. One is the correct, second is also correct statement, third is also correct statement. Thus D, 1, 2 and 3 is a correct statement or correct answer here. Moving towards next question, we have, with reference to Zaid crop, consider the following statement. These are summer season crops that for a short period of time between Kharif and Rabi. This is a very correct statement. You might be aware about the Zaid. Kharif is basically a kind of a post-monsoon crop and Rabi is a winter crop. But the Zaid, it is a short period crop. Okay, short period crop in the summer season. Basically, it lengthens or it stretches from March to June. It stretches from March to June. And statement 2, the cucumber, pumpkin, bitter gourd, and watermelon are some of the zaid crops which are grown in India. So this is also a correct statement because this crops, they require quite lengthy growing season. They requires low moisture content And also we can see they require dry weather conditions, making it favorable as that duration for its growing. Thus, here we can see the statement C, that is both 1 and 2 is the correct statement here. Looking at next question, we have consider the following statements regarding the bomb cyclone. Okay, you might have heard about the bomb cyclones. This bomb cyclone, it has recently occurred in the eastern coast of United States of America. Looking at the statement, statement 1 is it refers to a mid-latitude cyclone that rapidly intensifies. This is a very correct statement because here we'll be seeing that there is a pressure drop. There is a pressure drop of around 24 millibars in 24 hours. So this is a very basic condition for the formation of this bomb cyclone. And here one more thing happens. When this low pressure area, when this low pressure region, it is moving, it is basically happening in the season of winter. It is happening in the season of winter, and in the coast of your United States of America, we can see the interior part. The interior part, it is cold, okay, and the part of the ocean, it is quite warm. So there is formation of two fronts here. There is formation of front, that is warm and cold front. Therefore, it also increases the intensity of rainfall in this region, intensifying the cyclone. So statement 2 is these cyclones have a frontal system. Yes, this statement is also correct because here only we can see this region is warm and the interior region, it is quite cold, which is leading to the formation of frontal system here. Basically, which kind of front will be formed here? As the warm air is moving towards the cold region, it is leading to the formation of warm front. It is leading to the formation of warm front. Therefore, the kind of front which will be formed here, it is a warm front. Statement 3. Unlike hurricanes, they form during the winter season. This is a very correct statement because we have already discussed that it is occurring in the season of winter. But the hurricanes, which are the kind of a tropical cyclones, they basically occur in the season of summers. They occur in the season of summers. Thus, we can see the correct answer for this question, it is D, that is 1, 2 and 3. All the statements are correct answer to this question. Okay. Now, we can see this is a kind of condition. This is the cold air region. This is the warm air region. Warm air because of the Gulf Stream presence here, and the cold air because this is the polar winds. These are the polar winds. So this is the bomb cyclones. Its formation is also called as bombogenesis. So this is a kind of a statement here. Now we have seen most of the questions, quite important questions those were. So here we can say the GS score is providing a very good opportunity to all the aspirants so that they can appear here at the All India PT mock test, which is basically a UPSC simulated environment test, and it is OMR based test. Okay, here you can get a real-time feel of the civil services examination preparation. You can analyze your approach, how you are taking the questions, how much time you are taking to deal with some questions, which kind of questions are difficult, which kind of questions are easy. So you can analyze all these things with this test. There are more than 20 test centers in all over India. For example, Ahmedabad, Bhopal, Lucknow, Patna, Prayagraj. You can choose your city from this all the test centers. You can scan this QR code to register yourself for the test. The cost of the test is quite less. Okay, it is not very high. Also, the test is available in English and Hindi medium. Therefore, you will be able to get very comfortable while appearing this test. The date for the test is, the first test is on 9th April, second is on 30th April, and third is on 10th May. You can visit the website iscore.in to get more information. So this was the today's part of lecture. Thank you very much. Thank you all of you.